Erica Cardenas, and welcome to Doing More. As we kick off the new year, we want to take this time to introduce you to our amazing Doing More Public Affairs team as we highlight the best of 2024 together, from people and places that we visited to stories that inspire. Cox Communications Public Affairs team is a dedicated group that plays a pivotal role in ensuring that the show fulfills its mission of shining a light on impactful partnerships and celebrating the philanthropy of organizations making a positive difference in our communities. The Doing More Show is a monthly half-hour national magazine format program hosted by me, Erica Cardenas. Our purpose is to shine a light on the positive things happening in communities across the nation. The Doing More Show proves that great people doing good deeds are all around us if you take the time to look. The Doing More Show highlights inspiring people and organizations in our communities throughout the country. And with me now is RJ Muller, Director of Public Affairs at Cox Communications and Executive Producer of The Doing More Show. RJ, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
First off, tell us, what is your involvement with The Doing More Show?
So my involvement with the Doing More Show is helping to highlight the amazing things that are going on in our local communities in all of our Cox markets. And so as a member of the public affairs team, I've had an opportunity to be with the team for about 20 years. And there's so many wonderful programs out there. So it's our job or our opportunity to really identify those organizations or those stories that we want to share with the public. All of our Cox markets have a local public affairs team. In our public affairs team, we get out and we interact with our local nonprofit organizations, our elected officials, our local schools. In addition to that, we work with our local employees, whether it's through Cox Volunteers or Cox Charities, where our employees give to local communities.
Now, of course, 2024 was filled with incredible shows and segments throughout the entire year. What was your top pick for 2024, and tell us why?
There are so many wonderful stories throughout the year, and so that was a really hard thing to do, to identify one. The story that I chose was about Banner Children's with a grant that they received for $5 million for their blood and cancer center. And this really spoke to me because I've been involved with Banner for many years, whether it's through volunteer work or the work that we do locally with that organization. And to see the need that there is with those children and those families that are going through cancer, it really touched my heart. And so to be able to see this program or this space come to fruition, that's why I chose this as my top pick.
That is so awesome, RJ. Thanks so much for sharing. And you heard it from RJ. Let's take a look at his 2024 story pick.
So we're here today to celebrate the grand opening and ribbon cutting of the Banner Pediatric Blood and Cancer Treatment Center, which was made possible by a very generous donation from the James M. Cox Foundation of $5 million. 18 months ago, we were on site here at the hospital and we were presenting the check to Banner. Flash forward 18 months later, and now this space is a reality, and it will be life-changing for the children and the families who will be here and have their children treated here.
The generous donation of the James M. Cox Foundation, what we were able to do was co-locate pediatric cancer services into one setting. So what this will do will allow a multidisciplinary approach to pediatric cancer care. It will be convenient for patients and families. It will ensure the best care, the highest coordinated care. It'll also support research, prevention for pediatric cancer and teenagers. So it's a very big day.
3, 2, 1.
We're celebrating an amazing gift that James M. Cox Foundation provided to Banner Health in order to consolidate our blood and cancer center services for all of our kids and their families. It's just a joyous gift, a joyous time to be able to provide patients and their families.
They're going to be so spoiled and so loved and so cared for, having all of this new technology, new space, more time for play for the little kids. It makes me emotional a little bit.
On behalf of all of us at Banner Health, we would like to thank the James M. Cox Foundation
for making this extraordinary center possible for the families and the kids that we serve.
I am grateful that they support our mission and will continue to use their resource so well, and just very grateful.
Thank you.
RJ, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And what a wonderful way to celebrate our healthcare heroes and our community. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Doing More. We're kicking off this new year by revisiting the best of 2024 stories with our public affairs team. And joining me now is Roxanne Wingate, Public Affairs Manager at Cox Communications, to share with us. Roxanne, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, 2024 had so many spectacular, impactful stories, and I know it was hard probably choosing just one story, but you chose one. Which one was that, and tell us why?
I chose our Cox Charities Grant Celebration as my favorite segment for the year. Thanks to the generosity of our employees, we were able to contribute $700,000 to 125 nonprofit organizations across the state. That celebration was attended by our employees and our nonprofit partners. It was a fun day for all.
That is so awesome. And we, of course, know that Cox Charities Grants does so much within our communities. Why is that personally important to you?
Cox Charities has true social impact in our community, and it's all thanks to our employees. Not only do they financially support Cox Charities, but they also help us make the decisions as to who we fund.
Thanks again for sharing, Roxanne. And without further ado, check out Roxanne's 2024 pick.
We're here at Cox's Deer Valley office location today, having a celebration of our 125 Cox Charities grant recipients for 2024. And we've invited all of these great nonprofits who are getting a grant from Cox Charities to come have lunch with us today, to network, to receive their checks, to be part of this great celebration. The Cox Charities program really started with a Southwest presence. We've been able to grow this program across our markets in the West region, including Tucson and Southern Arizona and Las Vegas, and now on our West Coast markets in California as well. So it was a great idea. We've been able to expand it across all the markets in our region, and this is today our celebration of our Arizona market.
The Cox Charities Advisory Council Board is made up of 64 members, and the members are employees who contribute to Cox Charities and then select grant recipients.
Cox Charities grant, it was $5,000. It's all going to youth programming.
With Cox, they're one of our big community partners that support us. They believe in digital equity, which is huge to us, and especially our family shelter. Cox giving back to us and helping us provide to, the people in our community that do need, the most digital equity and the most equity all around is huge to us.
This event is really important to us at All in Education because it's giving us the opportunity to meet all the employees at Cox Charities. We've actually had a beautiful partnership with Cox, and we're excited to continue to grow it. We really appreciate this opportunity. For the last couple of years, Cox has supported our annual summit called MAPA.
The Cox Charities program is really focused on 4 areas. So education, digital equity, environmental sustainability, and diversity. So the organizations being recognized today here represent all of that and the best of that in our community.
We're so grateful for Cox Charities, Cox employees, and the whole Cox Corporation. I want to express my deep felt gratitude to all of Cox's employees, the Cox Charities Foundation, for your partnership and your support.
I want to thank Cox Charities for their generous support and donation. You're going to help a lot of youths with disabilities. Thank you very much.
We're super grateful and thankful for all of the Cox employees for really making today happen. Thank you.
With technology and innovation driving the global ecosystem, Cox Communications has dedicated itself to creating state-of-the-art innovation labs across the country to narrow the digital divide. And joining me now is Jolynn Hauk, Public Affairs Senior Specialist at Cox Communications, to share with us her favorite story pick from 2024. Jolynn, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Yes, tell us your favorite story pick and why.
Well, I chose the New Pathways for Youth, the Cox Innovation Lab ribbon cutting ceremony that we did in 2024. That summer we had several innovation labs, but this was my favorite because it was the one that integrated K through 12 students as well as their guardians and caregivers to use for workforce development and educational opportunities.
Now, Jolynn, let's talk a little bit about Cox Innovation Labs. Why are they so important to you personally?
Well, for me, these programs fall under our digital equity umbrella. And so out in the community, we normally have an opportunity to do multiple computer distribution events throughout the year, but those are usually one-off events. This gives us an opportunity to help the community in a staying way that with our partner organizations. So we normally do them with Boys and Girls Clubs across the valley, but this one was so special with New Pathways for Youth because it integrated digital devices for adults and students. And so this was my favorite that we've done so far, and every one of them across the valley is unique.
Awesome. Let's take a look at Jolynn's 2024 story pick.
We're so excited today. We're unveiling our new Cox Innovation Lab, where we're able to provide our young people a space to play, to create, and to learn.
We're having the grand opening of the Cox Innovation Lab. And so it's a great opportunity to be able to contribute back to the community. And so this is the first time with this great organization that we're sharing what we brought into the Innovation Lab.
4, 3, 2, 1.
What it does, the Innovation Lab allows them to have access to the technology and to the software to make a difference in terms of the different areas that they may have a passion. It just gives them a wide variety of tools and technology to really learn the skills and the tools that they need to be successful in the community.
New Pathways has been helping me in a lot of ways. One of the reasons they've been helping me is like to keep the motivation going and have that drive to do what I need to do for the day. They offer having a mentor, you know, with the mentoring, you know, just get motivated on life, you know what I mean? There's a lot to it, and just being appreciative of the little things of most, just being a better person.
It's far more than just doing email and doing the homework. It's getting them the tools to learn and to make a difference and find out what they're passionate about. And so we're really excited to be just a small part of that for these students and the families in this community.
It's really cool, actually, something new, and it's really good to have it here. I really see all this technology and helping me with my future. Thank you, Cox Communications, for this lab. Thank you, Cox, for this amazing innovation app.
Thank you, Cox, for these opportunities for me to better my future and chase my dream, because overall this is gonna help me, you know, get myself started for what I want to do.
What a great way of doing more. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Doing More. As we kick off the new year, we're taking the time to reflect back on Doing More's 2024 stories of the year. Joining me now is Chase Williams, Public Affairs Senior Specialist at Cox Communications. Chase, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, we know there are so many stories to choose from. What was your top pick for 2024?
We had so many amazing volunteer events this year, but my top pick for 2024 was definitely our tree planting event at the West Mech Southwest campus. This story to me just really speaks to our passion and dedication that all of our Cox employees have to giving back, investing their personal time and hours into helping our nonprofit partners make a difference and really have their missions come to life. And this segment also highlights all the good that the Arbor Day Foundation and Arizona Sustainability Alliance are doing to increase the green canopy here in Arizona.
That is so awesome. Thanks so much for sharing, Chase. And let's take a look at her 2024 story pick.
Today we are out here with Cox volunteers planting 25 trees on the West Mech Southwest campus here in Buckeye, Arizona. This project would not have been possible without Cox Communications, so their efforts, not only financially, but as we see out here today, are monumental in not only the school atmosphere, but into strengthening AZSA and our core values.
That's one of the things I'm really proud of in our volunteers team. When they ask, these events fill up fast and we get a lot of volunteers. So that's what I really love, is that our volunteers step up and they love the community and the passion they have for it. And I just, as a leader of Cox Communications, I enjoy it. I love it.
And our Yellowstone landscaping group, which has worked with the Arizona Sustainability Alliance before, volunteered to come out and dig the holes for us for the trees, and everybody came together today to do some planting.
The students here are dedicated to expanding their knowledge to use out in the real world, so hopefully they take this and integrate what they learned into the best practices to plant those trees.
We bond really well. We build that chemistry. We don't see each other very often, but when we do, we do come together, and just helping the environment, helping others.
Arbor Day Foundation is one of the nation's largest membership nonprofits dedicated to planting trees. Since its inception, the Arbor Day Foundation has helped plant more than 500 million trees, not only in the urban communities, but in forests as well, in over 50 countries around the world. So with the Arbor Day Foundation, we are able to expand that percentage.
It makes me feel good. It makes me feel good that we can help out and make a difference.
As Cox Communications continues to serve communities nationwide, I'm delighted to be joined by Tamar Huapili, Community Relations Manager for Cox Las Vegas. Tamar, so glad to have you with us.
Aloha, welcome from Las Vegas.
Now, Tamar, tell us a little bit about an overview of involvement with the Doing More show that you have.
I just got to be honest, Cox Las Vegas, we are just proud to always being able to bring awareness to the great work that we're doing here in our local communities, in our market, on the Doing More show, which is Cox Channel 51 here in Southern Nevada.
Now, speaking of amazing things happening in the community, in the Las Vegas market, tell us, what was your 2024 favorite show pick?
I am so proud to select our Cox Diversity Scholarships. You know, we here in Las Vegas, we have awarded nearly $400,000 in Cox Diversity Scholarships over the past decade. And those are done in partnership with our local diverse nonprofit organizations in Southern Nevada. Really excited. I'm looking forward to awarding another 10 this year. And this year we're going to do $50,000 to our class of 2025 scholarship recipients this spring.
Well, Tamar, we sure do love sharing the amazing things that Cox Las Vegas is doing in your communities. Do you want to go ahead and take it away and share what that story is?
Next up, we'll be showcasing about the Cox Diversity Scholarships. Here we go.
Charles Ogle, please stand up. Don't be nervous, come on over.
So on behalf of Cox and the Las Vegas Hawaiian Civic Club, we are proud to present you with a $3,500 scholarship check. Congratulations.
Congratulations so much. I got a congressional nomination at the beginning of this year, and I was hoping to go to the United States Merchant Marine Academy. This is really going to be a big help in securing that future for me.
It means everything, and now I'm not going to have to worry about financials in college, because I come from a single mother, so it's really hard only having one income, so it's such a relief.
I'm so grateful for all of it. I mean, it's nice to have something like financial aid towards my college acceptances. I mean, that's always something that I've worried about, so I'm really grateful.
It means a lot. Coming from a low-income household in college is really not affordable for my family, so having this scholarship is really going to lessen the burdens on the shoulders I have, and along with lessening the burdens on my family's shoulders.
Going to these scholarship presentations is the best part of my job. Every kid is so grateful no matter the amount that they receive, and they're shocked. But you know what? We noticed that the one thing that kids say the most is thanks for seeing me, thanks for believing in me, even more than they talk about the money.
It'll inspire me to keep doing the work that I'm passionate about, keep advocating for the issues that I'm passionate about, and it'll just drive my, my love and my love for learning.
Scholarships are very important to all students, so we truly appreciate Cox for their commitment to helping students throughout the Las Vegas Valley, but we truly appreciate that and the difference it can make in students' lives as they move forward to achieve higher education.
Powerful things can happen when groups come together like this, where we're going to actually give real money to a young person who deserves it, who earned it, and now their lives could possibly be changed by this gift.
Thank you so much, Cox and Chicanos por la Casa. You guys have really helped me and my family lessen the burdens on our shoulders.
Thank you to the Cox Foundation for making this possible.
Thank you, Cox Communications.
Thank you, Cox, and thank you, ACDC, for the scholarship. Much love.
Thank you so much, Tamar, and what a great way of doing more. We'll be right back. We've been kicking off this new year by reflecting on the best of Doing More's 2024 stories alongside the public affairs team. And as the host of Doing More, it is my honor and privilege to share with you my favorite story of 2024. As a longtime actor and recently adding theater to my resume, I chose the Black Theater Troupe of Phoenix, who provides training, employment, and performance opportunities for multi-ethnic artists throughout the state of Arizona. Such an incredible organization. Take a look.
Here at the Black Theater Troupe, what we've always chosen to do, productions that enlighten and hold up a mirror to somewhat illustrate the human condition. Our shows are universal. They're just stories. You can take our stories and you can take some of them and replace them with a white family or a Native American family or a Latino family. You could do that with the productions that we do. All of our productions were based on thought-provoking, being able to make you sit down and think.
We're creating art that people can come see and come witness. If you could take 2.5 hours out of your day and escape that and come into a false reality per se, or a fantasy world, depending on the type of show that we're doing, or there might be something that you might recognize from a show that lines up with what's happening in your life, and it gives you the strength or the grace to go on.
People are very inviting. We understand the purpose of it. We understand the honor of being able to come here and doing plays that sound and look like you. One of the actors said, man, I know all these people in this play. I know them. They're my uncle, they're my cousin. That's a beautiful thing. It lets you know that their history is not wasted. So it's a very important thing that people that look like you and sound like your auntie, your cousin, your grandmother. So it's great to be able to see the history in there and to see the positivity in there and also to see the healing in there. It's an absolute pleasure.
Here at the Black Theater Troupe, we are 100% about the culture, and not just the Black culture, but we're about all culture. We're about American culture.
Always important to be able to see yourself. You know, to see that you have history, to see that you have a positive images of yourself, and a place for healing. That's always important for any culture.
We preserve the past and we embrace the future.
I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to the incredible Doing More public affairs team for joining us today. We look forward to sharing many more impactful stories in 2025. I'm Erica Cardenas. See you next time on Doing More.